Hey, what's up? It's Manny Garavito, and it's Monday night, so I'm heading on over to the Redbar Brickle, and then after that, we're going to Thank You Miami and Little Havana, because that's how we do on a Monday night. We make the weekends last a little longer if you know where to look. So if you're looking for a laugh, this is where you're gonna find it. However, we're gonna make this video extra special because I'm gonna ask the comedians tonight, what are their goals, what are their plans, what are their ambitions in being a comedian on today's landscape. You know, there's so many options, there's so many paths to take, and we're gonna gain a little bit of insight. So let's go, let's check it out. You guys might be wondering why I have this duffel bag on me like I'm about to sell drugs here in Brickell. But some people actually bought some t-shirts today, and we're rolling out a brand new membership where you can pay one monthly price, and if you're a local in Miami, you can attend any one of our comedy shows. And if you're one of the first 100 people to enroll in that, you also get a shirt. And glad to say some people enrolled in that. So we're gonna go ahead and give those on camera, get some feedback on what they think of the design. Oh yeah, did I mention that Redbar is our longest running comedy show? I think we've been doing shows here since 2016. This is the staple of where most comedians get started and work on their craft. So asking this question tonight is actually very appropriate. So let's see.
Look who it is.
Look at that, 100% pure cut cotton. What do you think of the shirt?
Man, love it, bro. I think the flamenco is the heart of Miami, so I think that it's the perfect shirt to wear anybody here in the city, man.
Well, there you have it. Visit miamicomedy.com/membership to enroll in that. All right, no more plugging. Let's get to the comics.
Yeah, I'm detecting a little bit of an accent. Where's the accent from? From Egypt. Well, I'm Jewish, so we got beef, dude. Yeah, bro. We got some fucking explaining to do for 6,000 years ago. You're welcome for the fucking pyramids, by the way.
Comedy goals. Well, I would love to become what everyone would love to become, as a professional stand-up comedian. And what that means to me is basically just paying all of my bills and have my life be paid for mainly through stand-up comedy. The way you get there, you know, it's a different business than it was 20, 30 years ago. It's a different business than it was 5 years ago. It all matters about what you're doing right now, man, which is the internet, social media. You gotta have a presence, you gotta build a fan base. The ways that you used to do that changed to the way that they are now. So path to getting there, man, is getting really, really, really good at stand-up comedy, which hopefully I'm on the path to doing that already, and figuring out the business side as well. So
You're on your way, Lyle.
I'm on my way, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it, dude.
My comedy goal is to be a New York comedian. You know, I think I need to get out of Miami eventually. And how am I gonna get there? I just gotta book a flight, you know, pretty easy goal. But yeah, hopefully just start touring, not just nationally, but internationally.
I would love to own a comedy club one day, like a old school New York style comedy club in Miami, like think the Improv in Coconut Grove back in the day. I want to recreate that. And I just want to make Miami's comedy scene as great as it can be.
And how are you gonna get there?
How am I gonna get there? Oh, that's the hard part, huh? I'm gonna work real hard. I'm gonna put in the hours. I'm gonna sweat. And maybe I'll get my Jewish fiance to invest in it. I don't know, whatever.
He only eats 5 what?
5% of the food.
Oh, he only eats, okay, well that's the part that I don't fuck with. You need to eat like 90% of the food. I know I will, because I'm on an edible. And if the seeding process was weird, that's why. I'm so sorry about that.
Your first comic, very funny. He hosts shows all over the state of Florida. He's extremely talented, good friend of mine. A big round of applause for Dean Roshti.
Goal in stand-up comedy, I guess just to, like Lonnie said, to make it a profession, do it as a living. We're on our way there, man, and yeah. Oh, no. I wasn't prepared for this shit, my bad, dog.
Great job.
That was terrible.
What's your comedy goal and how are you gonna get there?
Wait, are you actually from Miami? And are you
It's a tough question. Let me think, let me get back to you.
No, I know.
Get the fuck out of Miami. That's my comedy.
Right. All right, just got here over at Thank You Miami, and we're gonna follow up with the same question, but a different set of comedians. And in case you guys are ever finding yourself with nothing to do, late at night on a Monday, let's say you've got Tuesday off, well, this is a great option. Here, I'll show you why.
You know, this ain't hot shit. Like, I judge my drug dealers immediately. Like, you need to be like repping it immediately. I need to know. And like you, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking edibles, like home goods. You finally getting like that.
All right, hey, Sai, what are your comedy goals and how are you gonna get there?
Be in New York, doing comedy, traveling, being a road comic, and paying the bills, not having a real job. And I'm gonna go at it as hard as humanly possible. I'll go into debt, probably sell a few organs, sell blood, you know, any of that kind of shit just to stay in this game. I fucking love it.
What's the first step?
First step, save as much money as possible and get as funny as possible here in Miami, get a solid time, and then when I got that, the ball's rolling.
Well, I'd like to get paid more money for doing comedy, and I'd like to travel more doing comedy. So I'm going to do more trips, plan more trips, specifically to go to other places and meet more comics in other states and do more comedy all like everywhere next year. So that's my
What's
plan.
the next step?
Next step is, let's see, I'm going to New York next month, maybe make some connections and do that. And then I think it's time to have my own show where I headline, get into headlining, and then take it the next step, keep writing. Yeah.
To be able to travel the world doing comedy every single night and by grinding it out and doing just that.
I want to feature at the Improv, I want to headline at the Improv, all the clubs. But most of all, I want to be a good comedian, whatever that means to me. So I just want to keep going up, keep finding out who I really am when I'm up there.
I want to set my people back centuries through comedy. And the way I'm gonna do that is if I continue to keep doing exactly what I'm doing every night.
And what's the first step?
Just be yourself, man. I'm just gonna be myself. That's the main thing.
Well, I think my main comedy goals are to keep producing and featuring on shows at the Miami Improv. I just, you gotta keep grinding and keep proving that you can bring people each time that you get an opportunity. And then I also just want to generally get better as a comic, and that just comes with practice, man. Just keep on going, keep on grinding, putting your head down, and getting it done every night.
And how are you gonna get there? What's the first step?
First step is definitely continuing to, build not only just my social and my general presence online, but just build myself as a comic and build up my my repertoire.
So my comedy goals are fucking survive, bro. Just make it, till tomorrow. Seriously, I'm so bad at these interviews, bro. I don't know what my comedy goals are. To live, dude. To just live and make people feel good, And maybe one day, I don't know, headline? Is that too much to ask for?
What's the first step?
Writing better jokes.
All right, well, there you have it. There are many paths to take if you want to become a comedian. The question is, which one do you plan on taking? As you heard, some of the comedians here in Miami, they all have big ambitions, but it all starts with one step. And sometimes that first step can be very clear, or sometimes you just got to figure it out over time. But if you ever want to become a comedian, especially with the way things are in this lucrative industry, you just got to get started and make people laugh. That's it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you have any feedback, put it in the comments below. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.